Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the general awareness and basically we are discussing the medieval history. Alright, so far we had completed several topics like we had started and completed our discussion over Islam origin, or you can say about origin of Islam. We had completed this topic. Alright. Secondly, we had also started a discussion over the Muslim invasions. Right? About Muslim invasion. So we have seen that how the ancient Arabia was. There were so many tribes. Thereafter, there was a born of Prophet Muhammad who unified the tribe in the name of Ummah, which is the you can say basis of the formation of Islam. Alright. Thereafter, they started conquer the nearby territories for the expansion economically, socially, and religiously. Alright. Similar thing was happened with India. When they were expanding, some of them came to India. Alright. And basically, their invasion we have divided into two parts. The first part is the Arabian invasion. Alright. Second part is the Turkish invasion. Okay. They are two parts. First is Arabian, second is Turkish. Okay. About Arabian invasion, we had discussed this. There was Muhammad ibn Qasim, who was just only 17 years old, and basically he was a nephew of Al-Jihaz. Okay. And the Al-Jihaz was the governor of Baghdad. Alright. He sent him to conquer the territories, and basically Qasim was succeeded to capture the Sindh and Multan. Alright. He had to fight with Dahir, a Brahminical ruler. He captured him and cut his head and then sent it back to the Baghdad. Alright. Thereafter, we had also discussed about their you can say administration. Like I had told you, there were two kind of position. High position and the lower position. First is the higher position and the lower positions. Alright. I had told you, basically, they continued employing the local people, or you can say the Hindu people of the Sindh or Multan, alright, into the services of the state, but at lower position only. Okay, so you can say local, or you can say Hindus were employed. Okay. Thereafter, at higher position, what we have discussed, the Arabian officials. Alright. Lower positions, they employed the Hindus and others, but at higher position, they maintained the Arabians. Alright. Similarly, we had discussed and we have seen basically, when they captured the area, they were not radical, but they were liberals. Alright. They were liberals. Their policies were liberated. Alright. But thereafter, some of them thought that the people, or you can say the local people whom territory they had captured, were not respecting them. Okay. And were not seeing them as elite as they wanted to be seen. Alright. So because of this, they started accepting the stringent techniques, or you can say stringent rules. Got it? So that is some kind of summarized revision which we have done right now. Okay. And I hope that you have revised the previous lecture well before you have come for this lecture. It is for your own benefit, as I have told you so many times. Okay. So now with this note, let's begin. This is the part medieval history, what we are covering. Okay. In the medieval history, basically I had told you we have to cover several type of divisions. Okay. Today maybe I will modify this division. Okay. The first is start with the origin of Islam. Okay. Second is Arabian and Turkish invasion. Okay. Thereafter, we have the Delhi Sultanate. All right. Thereafter, we have the Mughal Empire, and then we have other dynasties. Okay. So these are the topics which are formed the medieval history of India. All right. If we talk about the completion, basically Delhi Sultanate we had completed, Mughal Empire we had completed, other dynasties we had completed. Origin of Islam also we had completed. It means the left out topic is only Arabian and Turkish invasion. All right. So it's my humble request to you all. Please kindly revise all the topics we have discussed so far so that you could have a, you can say, good command on the topic of the medieval history. All right. So now let's begin. This is the topic overview we had completed. Arabians we had completed. Now it's a time for Turkish. Okay. So let's start. So about Turkish, I had told you basically there were so many tribes in the ancient Arabia and they all captured by the Arabians. Alright. Thereafter, there was a person whose name was Saptujin. Saptujin is basically considered as the founder of Turkish clan. Okay, so Turks were basically the tribe which formed the part of Muslim Empire, but they separated themselves from the Arabians. Okay, under the leadership of Saptujin, and Saptujin's son was Mahmud Ghazni. Okay, so now it's just a reminder and you can say revision of the previous class. Now let's begin with the Turkish. Okay. Turkish Mahmud of Ghazni introduction part. After the Arab invasion of Sindh, the Turks began to make their presence felt in India during the 11th century. The Turks are credited with laying the foundation of Muslim rule in India. Okay, what does it mean by? Basically, the Arabs, let me tell you by the map, it will be better for us so that we could understand it better. Okay. Suppose this is in India. Okay. So in the previous lecture also I had told you this is the Pakistan. Alright. This is the Afghanistan and this is the Bangladesh. Now this entire region is belong to the different countries, but in the you can say medieval and the ancient history, this was the part of Indian territory, even in the some parts of modern history also. All right. So basically, the Arabians were come from the western side. Okay. So when they launched the attack, they only captured the Sindh and Multan province. Okay. Sindh and Multan. They were only limited to the northwestern frontier part. They weren't able to come inside the India. All right. But when it's come to the Turks, so basically Turk were not limited to the Sindh and Multan. They had a further expedition too. All right. So basically when they attacked, they basically tried to infiltrate in India, even into the deeper parts. All right. And this ultimately leads to the establishment of Muslim rule in India. Arabians were only limited to the small section or the northwestern frontier. They were not liable to establish the Muslim rule in India. However, the Turks who attacked after them, they infiltrated into the deeper parts and then they captured the maximum area and established the Muslim rule eventually. All right. So remember, after the Arab invasions, the Turks started coming in India during the 11th century. All right. Mahmud of Ghazni, the first Turkish conqueror. Mahmud of Ghazni is notable for being the first Turkish conqueror to invade India, making a significant historical milestone. His campaign commenced in 1001 AD. Okay, so basically, however, the Turkish clan were formed by the Saptojan, but Mahmud Ghazni was the first person who invaded the India from the Turkish clan. All right, and basically, you can say the main aim behind attacking India was raiding and looting. Okay, raiding and looting. And let me tell you one thing very straight. Okay, might be something that we really not appreciate it, but it's good when we are studying about the history. Okay, if we talk about the India, basically these all reasons I have told you, these were the parts of Indian dynasty. Okay, so that area, this entire area, it is the northwestern frontier. Okay, so if you go through every attack of India, maximum attacks were committed by northwestern frontier. Okay, because this area was vast and there was very small tribes. No proper kingdom and no centralized control was there. Even the small dynasties which were present there were not in a coordination with each other, but they were attacking each other. Okay, so due to this entire area becoming weak, and because of this, the Arabians, thereafter Turkish, thereafter Afghans, Persians, all of them got a suitable chances to came India and attack and capture the vast land. Similar thing was done by the Turks. Turks were well aware about the versatility of the northwestern frontier. Okay, they knew that there is no strong guarding force, so that's why they attacked India time after time. Okay, and if we talk about the Mahmud Ghazni particularly, then he attacked nearly about 17 times. In India. Got it? So this is the basic thing which I told you. Okay. The northwestern frontier was so versatile so that maximum attacks were committed by this area. Okay. His campaign was started in 1001 AD. It is a, you can say, beginning of the Turkish attack. Military campaign and victories. Military campaigns and the victories. Mahmud's military campaigns resulted in victories over various rulers, including Jaipal of the Hindu Shahi dynasty, Fateh Daud of Multan, Anand Pal of Nagarkot, and Chandelas who governed Mathura, Kannauj, and Gwalior. Now you can understand. Mathura, Kannauj, and Gwalior. Gwalior is a part of Madhya Pradesh. Mathura and Kannauj is a part of Uttar Pradesh. Multan is a part of northwestern frontier. Okay, Nagarkot is a part of Punjab. Now you could understand how deeper they had interflated. Okay, because you can say, all right, let me make it again. This is in India. Okay, so they not only attack on Nagarkot, they not only attack on you can say Multan area, but even in the Kannauj and the Gwalior part. Okay, so they are attacking from this area. They have interflated how much deeper. Okay, and thereafter they launched their attack on the multiple dynasties for the main aim of raiding and looting. Okay, and remember one thing I had told in the previous lecture also, that all of their attack was called off in one single name. What was that name? Tell me. I'm giving you only 5 seconds to tell me, and your time starts now. Just think and then write your answer on your notebook. Okay, so its time starts now. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5. Time's up. So basically, all of their attacks were launched in the name of jihad. Alright? That was a name called off by Ghazni. Okay? They launched their attack for basically raiding and looting, and their wars were called the jihad against the other territories which were not a part of Muslim Empire. But it was falsely incorrect sentence, because if we talk about the Fateh Daud of Multan, then he was a part of the Muslim Empire of Multan area, but they attacked it. It means the war was only for the territories and wealth, never was for the religion. Got it? So please keep this thing in your mind. Okay, so these were the dynasties: Jaipala, Shahi dynasty, Fateh Daud of Multan, Anandpal from Nagarkot, Chandelas from Mathura, Kannauj and Gwaliors. Okay, these triumphs enriched Mahmud's treasury substantially as he returned to Ghazni with immense wealth. Okay, so he not only attacked these areas but also launched the multiple lootings. Okay, he killed several people, got their wealth, accumulated it, and then went back to the you can say Ghazni. Okay, so this basically made him more and more powerful, because as much he attacked, as much wealth he got. Alright, now let's move forward. Thereafter, the Somnath temple invasion. Okay, in 1025 AD, Mahmud of Ghazni launched a significant invasion against the revered Somnath temple located on the Kathiawar coast. Raja Bhimadev, the ruler of Kathiawar, and his followers fled in the face of Mahmud's assault. Okay, so basically what happened? If we talk about the Kathiawar coast, okay, so you can say this is an Indian territory and this state is a part of Gujarat. Okay, map is just for giving you the location, do not go on the drawings. So the Kathiawar is basically located here. Okay, it is a Kathiawar coast. Okay, so what was the aim behind attacking the temple? Basically, as I had told you, he was after the wealth, right? He wanted as much as wealth he could have. And the Somnath temple was basically rich of that time. It was a rich temple. Okay, so Mahmud Ghazni was well aware about the wealth. He launched the attack. To stop him, basically, Raja Bhimadev and his followers were basically fled in the face of Mahmud's assault. The assault was that much powerful that no one was able to stop them. And eventually this led Mahmud to reach the temple. He demolished the temple, acquired the wealth and went back. Okay, so remember, Somnath temple was demolished by the Mahmud of Ghazni. Okay, it was located on the Kathiawar coast and Raja Bhimdev was the ruler of that time. Got it? Now let's move forward. Mahmud of Ghazni, a prominent Muslim leader, is recognized as one of Asia's most significant Muslim leaders in history. Okay, remember, here is one thing which I would like to tell you. However, Mahmud of Ghazni launched a multiple attacks not only on the non-Muslim states but Muslim states also, because he was only on after the wealth and power. But remember one thing, he also patronaged so many things, alright, so many other things which were very, very essential for the leadership. Alright, that's why he is known as the prominent Muslim leaders. Alright. Second, his passion for art and literature. He exhibited a profound appreciation for art and literature, demonstrating his admiration for scholars like Firdausi and Al-Biruni. Okay, basically, However, he was a warrior. He was a warrior, he was a ruler, he was an administrator, but he was also a passionate person for art and literature. He always appreciated the art and literature. Okay, it is evident from Firdausi and the Al-Biruni. Okay, basically, if we talk about Al-Biruni, then Al-Biruni was basically the Arabic scholar. He was the Arabic scholar, and basically Mahmud got him after defeating a state. Ghazni attacked some state, defeated the state, and he took some scholars back. Al-Biruni was one amongst them. Okay, so when Al-Biruni reached the court of Mahmud, thereafter Mahmud appreciated him, okay, and promoted him for the scholaring works. Okay, and when he attacked the areas of Punjab and other, Al-Biruni got an opportunity to learn about Hindus and Indian culture and festivals. Okay, so Al-Biruni came to India because of the Mahmud Ghazni. When the Mahmud Ghazni attacked Punjab, Al-Biruni got a chance. Basically, to learn about Hindus and the Indian culture festival, he spent his time with Pandits. Okay, and he learned Sanskrit. Okay, and he discovered so many things. He mentioned about it, and the book is basically known as Kitab-ul-Hind. Okay, so he wrote the Kitab-ul-Hind. If the question asked, who was the writer of Kitab-ul-Hind? Please mention Al-Biruni. Okay, after learning the things, whatever he has seen, okay, what was his observation, all of this thing he mentioned in Kitab-ul-Hind. Okay, he was not only the Arabic scholar, but he also learned the Sanskrit from the Pandits of Punjab. All right. So this is about the Mahmud Ghazni's passion. Now let's move forward. Thereafter, the diverse perception. Mahmud's legacy is multifaceted, with some regarded him as an Islamic hero, while others remember him for his actions involving the desecration of Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist shrines. Okay. However, Mahmud was efficient fighter. He was a warrior. He was an administrator. Okay. He was also a passionate person for art and literature. He appreciated it. Okay. But no one can deny a fact that he was cruel sometimes also. Okay. Whenever he attacked, he never counted the dead bodies. He always tried to kill as many as people so that the people or the defense forces who were guarding the territories whom they were attacking, okay, should feel that Mahmud was so powerful so that they should fly away. Okay. So because of these things, there are diverse perception. Like some of them regarded him as a great warrior. Some of them regarded him as a prominent Islamic leader, and some of them regarded him as a radical person who launched a multiple attacks and demolished various shrines belong to Hindus, Jains, and Buddhists. Okay, so this is the main cause behind the diverse perception regarding the Mahmud of Ghazni. Okay, now let's move forward. Thereafter, we have the transformative impact. Through his conquest and the establishment of Muslim rule over a substantial portion of Indian subcontinent, Mahmud of Ghazni left an indelible mark on the region, permanently altering its politics, religion, and culture. Okay, so when he attacked, basically he formed the sense of unification. Okay, however, the first sense of unification was formed during the attack of Alexander. Okay, and it is a very famous story. Let me tell you in a short. Basically, Alexander attacked India, and on that time, the major dynasty of India was the Nanda dynasty. and the ruler was Dhananand. Okay, he was the ruler of Magad. Okay, so when Alexander attacked India with 20,000 soldiers, basically he was capturing India rapidly. Okay, seeing this, there was a person whom name you have listened so many times. He was a Chanakya. Okay, or you can say Acharya Chanakya. Okay, so basically, during the Alexander attack, Acharya Chanakya visited the Dhananand Nanda dynasty, okay, and requested the Dhananand to response the Alexander, okay. But it is said that Dhananand took him very lightly and even insulted the Chanakya. Okay, Chanakya got very angry and then he vowed that one day he will replace the Dhananand. Okay, and Dhananand was the ruler of the most powerful Indian dynasty of that time. All right, and then we know that the Acharya Chanakya took and grew up the Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, taught him the teachings like the morality, like the warrior, and all. And thereafter, we know that Chandragupta Maurya Chandragupta Maurya replaced the Dhananand. Okay, and the primary task of Chandragupta Maurya was to unify the northwestern frontier. All right, so it is the first sense of the unification. But after the fall of the Mauryan dynasty, again that area was bifurcated and divided amongst various small tribes and you can say smaller kingdoms. Because of this, Mahmud got a suitable chance to launch attack into the Indian parts. All right, so that's why the politics once again altered and changed forever. Thereafter, religion. Okay, however, when the Arabians came, they were not so radical. But when Turkish came, basically they tried to impose the Muslim culture on the local population. Okay, and even the culture got changed because once there was only the Hindus and you can say the people of India, but when the Turks and Arabs came, this caused the influx of mixed culture. Okay, so that's why it is known as the transformative impact. Got it? Now let's move forward. Now Mahmud Ghori or Muhammad Ghori, Ghurid Empire. Okay, after Mahmud of Ghazni, after Mahmud of Ghazni, the next biggest ruler of the Turkish clan was Muhammad Ghori. Okay, and he was the main person whom should we learn about. Why? Let me clear it in this lecture. Okay, so he came to India in 1149 and continued to be in India 1206. Basically, it's his born year, not Indian year. Okay, so Muzuddin Muhammad, also known as Muhammad of Ghori, served as a Sultan of Ghurid Empire from 1173 to 1202. He later became the sole ruler from 1202 to 1206. Okay, so here basically we had come to his original name, Muzaddin Muhammad. Okay, and he was also known as Muhammad of Ghori. Okay, and Muhammad Ghori. He was basically the ruler of Ghurid Empire, but thereon he separated him and become a solar ruler. All right, so it's a preliminary introduction about the Muhammad Ghori. Now let's go into the deeper side. Okay, so first is establishment of rule. Establishment of Muslim rule in the Indian subcontinent. Muhammad Ghori is credited with the establishment of Muslim rule in the Indian subcontinent, a significant historical development that endured for centuries. Okay, however, first is Muhammad ibn Qasim. Okay, Muhammad ibn Qasim. Second is Mahmud Ghazni. Okay. And third is Muhammad Ghori. Okay. These three were the prominent Muslim invaders who came to India and attacked the Indian territories, captured a part of it. Okay. But they were not established Muslim rule. Okay. Muhammad Ghazni established Muslim rule at some areas only. Okay. But thereafter we have the Muhammad Ghori. He basically established Muslim rule in India. So remember these things. Muhammad ibn Qasim was an Arabian invader, but he not established the Muslim rule at all. Muhammad Ghazni was the first Turkish invader. He established the Muslim rule, but only at some portions only. Okay, the areas under his control. But Muhammad Ghori is regarded as the founder of Muslim rule in India. All right, how we will see this in this lecture going further. Okay, but remember, he was the founder of Muslim rule in India. Okay. Vast territorial control. During his reigns, Muhammad Ghori held sway over extensive territories, including modern-day Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Northern India, Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Okay, so you can say he was not only the ruler of Ghurid Empire, but he also expanded his empire to the vast areas. Okay, so he not only covered the Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Northern India, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, but also some nearby areas. All right, and due to this, he is powerful figure in the region. Okay, so note it down. Thereafter, all right, this one thing. Please keep this thing in your mind. The territorial areas of the Muhammad Ghori. Okay. Thereafter, we have the legacy and influence. Despite the relatively short-lived Ghurid Empire and the subsequent arrival of the Timurid, Muhammad Ghori's conquest laid the foundation for the enduring Muslim rule in India. Okay. However, there was a one thing which I would like to discuss with you. However, Muhammad Ghori launched the multiple attacks on Indian parts and nearby areas, and they captured the areas of, like, you can say, areas of Afghanistan, okay, areas of Tajikistan, okay, areas of Turkmenistan, all right. Thereafter, areas of India, northern and western part mainly, okay. Thereafter, he captured the area of Bangladesh, okay, and he had the area of present-day Pakistan also. All right. So you can say vast territorial area was under control. Okay, but his empire did not last for long. The empire was short-lived. Okay, because Muhammad Ghori himself did not live for long. Okay, but basically by capturing this vast area, he gave the gateway to the other Muslim invaders like the Timurid, okay, and others. And this basically lasted for the enduring Muslim rule in India, because he found the you can say stable gateway to come to India from the outside. All right. Thereafter, we have the succession to Sultan of Delhi or Sultanate of Delhi basically. In 1206, Qutbuddin Aibak, a former slave, Mamluk of Muhammad Ghori, ascended to become the first Sultan of Delhi, marking the continuation of Muslim rule in the region. Okay, there is one thing also I will tell you. Founder of Muslim rule. Who was the founder of Muslim rule in India? The answer is Muhammad Ghori. Okay, but founder of Delhi Sultanate, Muhammad Ghori is not the right answer. It was Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. Founder of Muslim rule was Muhammad Ghori, but founder of Delhi Sultanate was Qutbuddin Aibak, because Muhammad Ghori was the ruler of Ghurid Empire. Okay. After his death, his slave Qutbuddin Aibak was succeeded to throne. In the part of the Delhi Sultanate, I had told you that Qutbuddin Aibak was the founder of Delhi Sultanate and basically the Mamluk dynasty. It means the slave dynasty. Okay. And they were also known as Ilbari dynasty. Why? Belong to the Ilbari tribes. Okay. So remember, slave, Mamluk and Ilbari. This is the name of only one dynasty. Alright. And basically, after acquiring the throne, he basically continued the Muslim rule in the region. Alright. Thereafter, first battle of Tarin. It is a very, very important thing. Okay. In 1189 AD, Mahmud of Ghori launched an attack on the Bhatinda fortress, and subsequently he entered the kingdom ruled by the Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay. So you can say the western frontier before the attack of Muhammad Ghori was under the Chauhan dynasty and was under the Prithviraj Chauhan. Alright. So when he launched the attack on the Bhatinda. Bhatinda is basically the city of Punjab. Okay. So he entered the kingdom ruled by Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay. However, in the first battle of Tarin, which took place in 1191 AD near Thanewar, Prithviraj emerged victorious, leading to the recovery of Bhatinda. Okay. So you can say Muhammad Ghori, when he attacked the Punjab, he captured the Bhatinda. Okay. Prithviraj Chauhan was ruling that areas. So Muhammad Ghori was entered into his territory. But the main thrill is that both of them, Prithviraj Chauhan and the Muhammad Ghori, they want to capture the fertile area of Doab, or near the area of Ganga Jamuna and influence. Okay, Ganga influence you can say. So that's why Muhammad Ghori was the attacker that time and Prithviraj Chauhan was a defender that time. Okay, so there was the first battle of Tarin which was happened in the Thanewar. Okay, in the era of 1191. Ghori attacked Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan defeated him and Ghori had to run away. Alright, and this led to the recovery of Bhatinda. Got it? But thereafter, the second battle of Tarin. It was fought in 1192. Muhammad Ghori defeated a coalition of Rajput rulers led by Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, this battle, Prithviraj Chauhan was well aware that the Muhammad Ghori was reassembled the vast army and launched a rigorous attack on the territory. That's why he gathered the other Rajput rulers, made the coalition. But unfortunately, Muhammad Ghori was succeeded in defeating all of them. Alright. Qutbuddin Aibak played a crucial role in the battle and took Prithviraj Chauhan as a prisoner. Okay. Qutbuddin Aibak, who was a slave of Muhammad Ghori, was fighting this battle. He took Prithviraj Chauhan as a prisoner and later executed him. Okay. This battle marked the commencement of Turkish rule in India for the first time in Indian history. Why? Because the Delhi, which was the central time of that time, this area was fall under the Turkish Empire after defeating the Chauhan dynasty. Okay. Following the victory, Muhammad of Ghori appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as the commander. Alright. So remember this thing. First battle, Gauri defeated. Second battle, he defeated the Chauhan dynasty and the Rajput coalition. Okay. Between 1193 to 1198, numerous Rajput uprisings emerged. Okay. And Qutbuddin Aibak quelled these revolts, asserting his authority over those regions. Subsequently, Muhammad of Gauri declared Delhi as the capital city. Okay. After defeating the Chauhan dynasty, when they tried to establish their rule, multiple Rajput dynasties challenged them. Okay. As a result of this, basically what happened, Qutbuddin Aibak took the charge and he defended the territories and defeated all the Rajput rulers and captured their area. And thereafter, Muhammad Gauri declared the Delhi as the capital city. Got it? Alright. Thereafter, we have the Battle of Chandavar, which was fought in 1194 AD. Significant event unfolded as Muhammad of Gauri clashed with Jayachand of Kannauj, who belonged to the Gadwal dynasty, in the Battle of Chandavar. The pivotal battle took place in Chandavar, situated near modern-day Chandaval, close to the Yamuna river, near Agra. During this battle, Muhammad of Gauri emerged victorious, resulting in the defeat and demise of Jayachand, who was not only the Prithviraj's father-in-law, but also the ruler of that area. Okay. Thereafter, we have the university's demolition. Under the command of Muhammad of Gauri, one of his trusted commander, Muhammad ibn Bakhtiyar Khilji, was responsible for destruction of Vikramshila in 1202 AD. Additionally, in 1203 AD, Nalanda University suffered a similar fate at its end. Both of them were Buddhist universities. Okay. So students, with this, basically we had finished the Arabs and Turkish invasions. I hope that you have enjoyed the lecture. Keep this thing which I have told you right now in your mind, and please do your revision. And with this note, what we say? We say thank you.